Klarer du det da, eller Linnea? Ring meg hvis det er noe mer da. Ha det.
Er du sikker på at det stenger 6?
Står det stenger 18, ja.
Ja.
Men på helger det stenger klokka 4.
That is a non-answer. I require a direct answer to the question asked.
I trust this mission. I'm just trying to see if there are any holes in the situation at large.
I will check his brain for holes.
Thank you. Morgan will leave.
As you leave, he comes up. It's an avarice in, Talos, leave. Oh, okay, I guess. Didn't you want me to do the brain scan?
Morgan will put her hand on Telesarvo's head because he's so short. She can just kind of...
Oh, that's nice.
You can come with me. We will find other tasks for you.
Oh, what are we going to do?
I don't know yet.
Oh, we get to look for tasks together. Okay, buddy. Off you go down the hall. And the camera pans across the ship to where Damien and Solomon are checking the judge's quarters. As you approach, the door itself is unlocked. It's available for you to pull it open. I don't know your strategy, if you're talking about anything before you go in, if you're just going in. I haven't seen you two in investigation mode together before. Our two boy detectives.
Burde du ikke kjøpe sånn sparkesykkel med uten luft I dekka? Eller skal du ha det?
Jeg tror det bare selger
No, it's going to be great.
Man.
You as Josh are majestic, and you as Solomon are the most confident, thoughtless man I know.
Kan du bare kjøpe andre dekk hvis det
So
må
what you say is
eller bare kjøpe andre dekk?
what about me, right? I love you, Tyler. Oh,
No.
Davey's probably going to hate this no matter what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Solomon does not have any training in gathering information of this way. He is led exclusively by, like you were saying, like an unflinching confidence in his ability to complete the mission. But as he has learned and continues to learn hard lessons, is that you need to be careful and you need to be pragmatic and you need to be thorough. So as I think you would go down and talking to Damien, I think that would be a lot of the preamble to this thing. It's like we have to be very careful as we investigate the judge's quarters. We must not disturb the scene. We have to go in and look for even the smallest shred information or detail that might give us an inkling of what happened to the judge, who took him, where he is now. Do you think you can do that? Excellent. I'll be honest, this is not my forte, but I'm relying on your keen eye and sense of detail to get us through this.
Well, I have some experience conducting investigations.
That's what I like to hear. Come, show me. Let me learn.
And Damien will step into the judge's room using his experience of looking for evidence of heretics, which is to say, assuming everyone's a heretic and finding the evidence that fits that, and then persecuting them. I think that has to be kind of what you're taught as a witch hunter, is to suspect everyone. And absolutely, yeah, right. So I don't think it's a conscious thing of like, this is how I do it. It's like, I am coming into this with my own assumptions, and I'm looking for evidence to back those assumptions up, which is that the judge was taken by the people out in the hallway, so he's just looking for signs of a struggle. Because the judge leaving with them and the judge being taken are two very different scenarios. So he's looking for signs of the judge trying to defend himself and signs of a struggle. That's what he's looking for. Fantastic. Can you roll me an investigation, and I will give you advantage
crime scene. I'm wearing underwear that's dripping, drenched in my own blood.
We can't spare the minutes to put on the armor, right? So we're just the two of us with blankies over our shoulders.
I thought
with our
even
bed sheets
a
draped over us.
modesty blanket might be nice.
Well, here's the question: does Solomon find being in his underwear immodest?
I'm not necessarily looking for modesty. I think at this point, I think it's yeah, like he's been cut open.
Ja, det var litt kø utover, ja.
Repeatedly. So I think the one little pair of underwear.
Well, then I
he has
think
is
you
like,
should voice it to Damien, because if this thought came to you right now, it came to Solomon right now. He's stepping into the crime scene and you realizing you're covered in blood.
Yeah, before.
But Damien, should we be concerned about our state of dress and health? Should we cover ourselves to avoid adding extra DNA to the scene?
DNA. Is that a 40K thing?
I mean, DNA exists. I don't know if he knows. We don't know what the fuck's in the
Yeah,
timeline. I don't
yeah,
know.
right.
Explain to what's in the
Have you ever seen CSI?
DNA? CSI.
The blood, like if we can find clues, I don't want to add any of our own, leavings.
Just here. Is there like a linen closet somewhere?
in the judge's room.
No, in the hall. Like, is there like a?
You're right beside your space. It's,
Okay,
it's the hallway, so we're just
Yeah,
going to your bunk. Yes.
We'll go back in the bunk and we'll grab like bed sheets and like we can fashion like a toga or something.
Great. So you
Just-
pull sheets off of your bunk and Damien's bunk and bring it back a sheet.
All right, let's get dressed then.
I like the way you think. Check this out.
And he's fashioning the bed sheet into a toga and to himself, just like covering his like drenched undies.
and Damien's like taking his like witch hunter coat like off a hook on the wall, just putting it over and like actually like closing it. Nobody wears it open, he's closing it so that he's covered up his legs and stuff like that.
That's a good look.
It's a look.
That's why I said it.
Enough of this.
Oh, come on, let's go there. I like your drive.
Damien like doesn't like how like Solomon is like pivoting every time Damien's like stop that, and Solomon's like, you're right. And we're like, no, you should feel bad. I'm admonishing you. It's like not sticking. Solomon being like, great, let's keep going. He's like, no, that was my point.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell me what I want to do.
See, look, no blood.
Like,
E-Wheels alnabrød.
Det eneste alternativet jeg fant, var EVLs Alnabru med
Men det jeg
adresse
sa, den dumme kjerring.
his investigation philosophy of like the assumption of like our blood contaminating isn't even like a thing to him. Like we could be all over the stuff. It's our blood. I know that. I don't care, kind of thing. But he's fine to proceed now, and we'll take a look. Are you looking for an investigation?
Investigation. You get advantage because Solomon is home. Solomon remembers back on Promethea. Sometimes there are issues with corn or there are industrial accidents. So CSI are the corn scene investigators, where they go to make sure that whatever's happening is not repeatable, to make sure that there are no threats on Promethea. But it's very important that things do not get mixed up. Again, it's this interesting high-tech, low-tech environment that his experiences within. And it's very important to find out who is injured, if somebody's disappeared, who else could be there, and not contaminate scenes, because you're contaminating corn.
Det sto
Which,
jeg
like,
ble
or, like,
vitsa
over
av,
tears
men
of him.
jeg så ikke noe etter
So now I'm writing on corn scene investigation.
Well, you don't know that, Damien. That's just
Fikk penger i dag tidlig.
I will explain the concept.
Rambling.
Ja, så jeg bare våknet
This reminds me of
Eller ikke
Promethea.
våknet, men jeg hadde en intervju som jeg hadde i
There will be
går.
accidents in the
Men
corn
før jeg dro fra skolen, så hadde jeg
and there I'd be.
There I'd be changing my clothes.
My toga to cover my
Ja, det sto en vitsa. Men jeg vet ikke om hva det er.
All right, let's roll for this investigation.
Investigation with advantage. 13 on the die. Plus 0. I'm an accomplished investigator.
You are?
Okay.
13.
So the first thing you notice is that the judge does not have a Ministorum Bible, which is a sign of heresy and worthy of execution. He also does not have all of his clothes perfectly folded in place. A messy mind, also possible reason for execution. He's not here right now. It's dereliction of duty, which is also a reason for execution as a witch. One of the things you kind of notice is there's something kind of off in the
I dag
smell.
tidlig spurte mamma
that's all just
Instinctual.
instinctual. It comes unbidden.
Yes.
And then it mentally is set aside like, not what I'm here to do.
I would say you didn't see him hack anything. That's an important point. Yeah.
Yes, but so his personal, quote unquote, personal effects remain here,
Correct.
but no sign of struggle. Which, like, this is the part that is just the heretic hunter methodology. Like, okay, so that feeds into my already preconceived bias that there wasn't a struggle here. Dame's not gonna make any assumption like he was grabbed in his sleep, the way like we were surprised in our sleep. People welded a door onto our room and we slept through that. But Damien is fully like, okay, so he either knew these people or was made to leave in a non-violent way.
Would you pop this footlocker? It's closed.
Yes.
Fabulous. Are you doing that through some kind of lock picking or having Solomon smash it? How do you get into something that's locked?
That's a good question. Damien will try just to think like it wasn't locked, and then I think to find that it's locked. I think if this were less dire, like the violation of like so many people have come onto our ship, taken the judge, and nearly killed Morgan and Solomon. Damien might, if it were to dire, Damien might have been like, I don't want to get on the judge's bad side because he is like a dog with a bone about things, and I don't need that hassle on this ship.
Siden det står ikke noe
There's enough enemies without.
sto at jeg hadde fått
Don't need
mer
enemies
penger.
with
Eller sto at
But
jeg
it's
tipsa
pretty
deg.
serious, and we're just gonna scour this place. So he will point to the footlocker and say, Solomon, this is locked. Can you do anything about that?
I can break it open.
Perfect.
Excellent.
The two-handed swing smash. Is it just like a padlock, or is it something?
It's a padlock.
Yeah.
On the metal box.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to make you roll
Yeah.
for that. You bash through an entire metal panel. I think you can break a lock. Give me a D20 roll just to see if you roll a 1.
Not a one.
That's all that matters. So you break the lock off, and as you look inside, you can see it was a genome lock. It's like a thumbprint that would get a little bit of blood. It's not just a traditional kind of like turnkey lock. As you open it up and look inside, you see the judge's shotgun, you see the judge's shield, you see the judge's shotgun.
His weapons are still. Helmet?
Hallå?
Helmet? No.
Took
It's very unusual.
His weapons.
I will also say his armor. His armor. We established, I think he doesn't sleep in his armor.
No, he's
Nej.
armored. Yes, but his armor is.
He sleeps in there.
Nej.
What a very strange man.
Wow. Judge, that orphan version.
Ja.
Istället för att betala och inte betala en dritt alltså. Not
Ja.
his unders. His underclothes and his helmet.
But I suppose it's good to talk, be prepared. Yeah. Kind of.
I suppose that's
Ja.
his prerogative.
Ja. Ja.
Sorry? What were you saying? Something about the
Jag kör i.
You left all those effects here. I thought no sign of a struggle. Implied cooperation, compliance. But
Skole?
I've never known him to go anywhere without his weapons.
I've never really known the judge to be compliant either. To me, this seems like something that he did under duress, in the same way that Morgan found herself confronted in the night, but chose to fight back. Maybe the judge
Ja, men vi skal
didn't
inn i
make that
sånn
choice.
Nå skal jeg legge på. Jeg skal
What
kjøpe
kind of person could make the judge not lash out
Ja,
and
det.
leave
Vi snakkes.
his duty? Perhaps they leveraged the cybermaster.
Du fikk pengene av mamma?
Do we know about